Evening air in Floresville crackled with excitement as the local summer concert came alive. Mia Torres stood in the crowd, her heart racing, clutching a folded letter that contained her hopes and fears. The familiar tunes of George Strait filled the night, his warm voice resonating through the air, stirring memories that danced just beyond her reach. Around her, laughter and cheers soared, mingling with the scent of popcorn and summer blooms. Yet for Mia, this vibrant scene felt bittersweet. She could almost hear her mother's laughter, a melody of love and encouragement flowing through her past. Those memories felt heavy now, shadowed by the ache of loss that tugged at her heart. As she peered toward the stage, she saw George, his effortless charisma illuminating the crowd. Strumming his guitar, he seemed to draw people into a world of song and emotion. Mia's heart swelled. This was her idol. But doubt slithered in, casting a shadow over her longing. Would George understand her struggle? Would he see the raw honesty in her letter, the words she poured out in moments of solitude, encapsulating her grief, her dreams, and her mother's love? The music swelled and Mia felt the energy shift. She hesitated, palms sweaty against the paper, her stomach twisting with uncertainty. What if she was meant to share her heart, but didn't have the courage? Each cheer from the crowd pierced her resolve deeper, pulling her away from the light she desperately sought. Yet, as "Amarillo by Morning" filled the air, a flicker of bravery ignited within her. This was not just a concert. It was an opportunity to connect, to bridge the gap between her world and George's. She closed her eyes for a fleeting moment, imagining her mother swaying in rhythm to the same sweet melodies, whispering, "Be brave, Mia." Taking a deep breath, Mia surged through the crowd. Each step propelled her forward, weaving through bodies, alive with anticipation. "This is it," she whispered, her heart pounding. She felt the weight of the letter like a lifeline, a beacon guiding her toward a potential understanding. When she finally reached the front, extending her arm with the letter clasped tightly in her palm, it was as if time paused. The cheers became a distant murmur, fading into a singular moment, the connection she craved. But as security stepped in to block her path, her heart sank. Her letter slipped from her grasp, held captive by unseen forces as the guards shielded George from view. Caught in despair, Mia watched her opportunity vanish, the crowd stretching around her like a vast ocean, forever separating her from the man whose songs had woven themselves into the fabric of her dreams. Every note that had stirred her soul felt mocking now, leaving her stranded in an empty sea of longing and unfulfilled hope. Mia's heart felt heavy as she walked away from the concert, the echoes of George's last song fading behind her. The night was still vibrant with life, yet for her, the world felt muted, overshadowed by the loss of the moment she had longed to grasp. She slipped into her house, the familiar scent of home mingling with memories that flooded back, wrapping around her in bittersweet comfort. The living room was dimly lit, the remnants of her mother's presence woven like golden threads through the fabric of their lives. Mia kicked off her shoes and wandered into the quiet space, drawn to the corner where her mother's old guitar rested, still and silent. Its presence stirred something within her, an undeniable connection to the woman she missed so deeply. This guitar had been the instrument of joy and laughter, the heart of their shared dreams. That image of sturdy hands with gentle grace plucking those very strings filled her mind, their laughter floating through the air like a warm breeze. Her mother had encouraged her to sing, to find her own voice nestled within the melodies they loved. "Music will carry you when words aren't enough," Maria would say, her voice alive with encouragement. In those moments, Mia felt invincible, believing she could touch the world. Mia picked up the guitar with trembling hands, its weight comforting, even familiar. She plucked a few strings, allowing the sound to fill the silence. But the notes that flowed felt hollow, tinged with her sadness. It had been too long since she wrote a song, too long since she let the music guide her through the clouds of grief. On the top shelf of the bookcase, she spotted her journal, dusty but still close by. It was a hidden treasure of letters, each page spilling over with emotions she had been too afraid to share. She reached for it, flipping it open to find her thoughts hunched across the lined pages, raw and intimate, squarely reflecting her struggles. They held words unchained, thoughts about her mother's illness, her longing to be understood, and her dream of writing a song that would resonate with others, much like George's did with her. In the gentle glow of the lamp, she let her heart guide the pen, pouring out memories, blurry yet vivid, of weekends spent crafting lyrics, of her mother's encouraging smile when she performed "Wild Flower" for her friends. Each line she wrote fluttered with memories of joy, yet they also bore the sharpness of grief. Mia's pen hesitated at the page, hovering above the white space, an unwritten song waiting to emerge. The sounds of laughter and country music swirled around her like a soft haze, reminding her of the nights spent with her mother. She could envision her mother's face illuminated by the warmth of the campfire, singing along, notes drifting into the starry sky. That image began to fill her with courage, and she wrote, "I wish you were here, Mom, to hold me tight, to share this song that lights up my night." As the words flowed, she noticed a change within herself. The heaviness in her heart began to lighten ever so slightly. With every lyric, a sense of purpose emerged, a glimmer of resilience slowly rising from the depths of her sorrow. Throughout the weeks that followed, Mia poured herself into her writing. Inspired by those memories, she revisited the songs she had once cherished, transforming her heartache into lyrics that spoke of love and loss. She could almost hear her mother encouraging her, "It's okay to feel, Mia. Let it out." It was a gentle reminder that vulnerability is not weakness, but a powerful tool for connection, both with herself and the world outside. Each evening she sat by the window, accompanied by the soft sounds of crickets playing their nighttime serenade, her guitar cradled in her lap. The melodies came alive once again, and she crafted songs that echoed her emotions, terse yet tender, a reflection of her journey. "This is how I will keep you alive, Mom," she murmured as she strummed, her fingers finding a rhythm that resonated with her aching heart. Moreover, Mia discovered a sense of camaraderie through Sophia, her closest friend. They often hung out in Mia's kitchen, crafting their own lyrics and dreams while sharing laughter. Sophia offered advice through her own experiences of loss, giving Mia the strength to realize she wasn't alone in her sorrow. Over steaming mugs of cocoa, they would swap tales, their hearts intertwined in their shared understanding. "Mia, what if we write a song together?" Sophia suggested one evening, her eyes alight with enthusiasm. "Let's take everything we've been through and turn it into something beautiful." Mia's heart fluttered at the idea. The thought of creating something meaningful, something that could reach out to other grieving hearts, ignited the flame anew. She and Sophia spent nights crafting lyrics, weaving together their stories under the glowing light of the kitchen, harmonizing their pain and dreams. With each new song, something began to shift within Mia. The brutal honesty of her reflections became a source of strength. Through songwriting, she transformed her memories into melodies, allowing her mother's spirit to guide her, infusing warmth into each note she played. Drawing herself away from her grief, Mia embraced healing. She would let the echoes of her mother's love fill the spaces left behind, a reminder that even in loss, beauty could emerge. The combination of music and friendship fortified her resilience, coaxing her forward, inching closer toward the moment she longed for. A little light began to seep back into her life, and Mia knew with every strum that her path was just beginning. In the shadows of loss, she would find the threads of hope that tied her mother's spirit to her heart, and she was ready to honor that bond through song. Weeks turned into an ebbing flow of hope and trepidation for Mia as she immersed herself in her music. The annual Country Music Festival approached, where Strait would perform, a familiar beacon of inspiration, bringing both excitement and fear. The thought of sharing her songs publicly stirred a blend of possibility and anxiety within her. As Mia pondered this upcoming event, she picked up her journal, flipping to the page marked by George's name. Inspiration and dread washed over her in waves. The festival was an opportunity, a chance to connect through her music, but it also loomed like a daunting mountain. Could she step beyond the safe confines of her home and into the light? "Mia!" Sophia burst into the room, her presence electrifying. "The open mic at the festival is this weekend. You have to sign up." "I can't," Mia replied, her voice thin with uncertainty. "What if I flop? What if no one wants to hear me?" "Or what if they do?" Sophia countered, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. "You've been pouring your heart into this music. It's time to share it. You have so much to give." Mia shifted her gaze to the comforting dimness of her room, a sanctuary filled with the essence of her mother. The weight of the guitar in the corner called to her, igniting a flicker of resolve. Maybe Sophia was right. Maybe this was the moment to honor her mother's memory, to give her love a voice through song. After a moment of contemplation, Mia offered a slight nod. "I'll think about it." In the days leading to the festival, she honed her songs with Sophia by her side, weaving their stories and emotions into harmonies that resonated deeply. Each rehearsal drew Mia closer to her dreams and further from the shadows of doubt. They laughed, crafted melodies, and shared their tears, allowing each note and lyric to tether them to the past while propelling them toward their futures. Finally, the day of the festival arrived. The sun cast a warm glow over the bustling square, painting a picture of joy and celebration. Vendors greeted patrons and mingling laughter filled the air, but the weight of anticipation squeezed at Mia's chest. As the announcer's voice boomed, "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mia Torres." Her heart raced. The crowd erupted into applause, a swell of sound that momentarily drowned her nerves. Facing the bright lights of the stage, she felt exposed yet exhilarated. Drawing a deep breath, she steadied herself with the familiar sensation of the guitar against her body, a refuge in the chaos. With a gentle hum, she strummed the opening chords of her song Through the Stars, allowing the melody to carry her emotions into the cool evening air. Her voice trembled at first, but as the notes flowed and the lyrics painted vivid images of love and loss, her confidence grew. She scanned the crowd, faces reflecting empathy and encouragement, pulling her deeper into the moment. "In the darkness we wander, through the stars we may soar." She sang with vulnerability, weaving her truth into the fabric of her music. In that sacred space, it felt as if her mother stood right beside her, whispering words of encouragement, reminding her she was never truly alone. As she reached the chorus, the audience swayed gently in rhythm, their captivated expressions igniting a spark of joy within Mia. The fear that had once bound her began to unravel, replaced by a profound sense of connection. She was sharing more than a song. She was sharing herself. When she finished, the applause roared like a thunderstorm, wrapping her in a warm embrace. Overwhelmed, Mia stepped back from the microphone, heart racing, flooded with relief and gratitude. She had done it. She had brought her music to life. Sophia rushed to her side, elated. "You were incredible. Everyone loved you." Her excitement was infectious, wild and free, echoing the vibrant music that surrounded them. Mia felt a deeper shift within her, a realization that embracing her fears had carved space for joy. The shadows that once loomed so heavily over her started to recede. In this moment, she understood that her ability to transform pain into beauty was a gift to be shared, a tribute to her mother, to their love, and to all who carried their own burdens. As she looked up at the twinkling stars beginning to fill the sky, Mia felt her mother's spirit glimmering alongside them, reaffirming her journey. This was just the beginning, a stepping stone toward a future rich with melody and connection. She could celebrate her past, her love, and her voice, a harmony waiting to unfold into the world. In the days following her performance, Mia found herself caught in a whirlwind of exhilaration. The festival had awakened something profound within her, a sense of purpose that had lain dormant for far too long. Her phone buzzed with messages from friends cheering her on, her social media lit up with supportive comments from those in the audience. It was a comforting affirmation that the world was ready to hear her voice. Yet, even amidst this wave of positivity, ripples of doubt crept back in. What if the applause was just a fleeting moment? What if she could not replicate the magic? Each time she strummed her guitar, echoes of uncertainty whispered. Determined to bask in the glow of possibility, she reminded herself that she had shared her truth, and that was enough. Mornings turned into afternoons filled with melodies, and Mia often found herself writing alongside Sophia, who had become her confidant and creative partner. Together they filled page after page with lyrics, pouring out their dreams, sorrows, and aspirations into a shared songbook. One evening, after a long session, Sophia stretched and yawned. "Hey, why don't we take a break? Let's grab coffee and talk about our next steps." A sense of urgency flickered in Mia's chest. What if we put together a small gig? A backyard concert or something? Just us and the community? Sophia's face lit up. "That's a brilliant idea. We can invite some friends, and it would be amazing to share our new songs. Plus, it'll help you gain confidence." As they planned for the concert, Ma's kitchen buzzed with laughter and the smell of freshly brewed coffee. The idea grew, taking form in their imagination until it finally spilled onto paper, like the words in their songs. Invitations were made, and before long, they were set for an evening filled with music and community. On the day of the concert, Mia watched her backyard transform. Strings of twinkling lights hung between the trees, illuminating the space with a warm glow. Friends arrived, bringing laughter and excitement that blended seamlessly with her anticipation. Each familiar face offered a wave of comfort, a reminder of the unity they shared. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the air thickened with the sweet scent of blooming flowers. Mia stood backstage, her heart racing, fingers clenching and unclenching on her guitar. She could hear chatter and laughter from the guests. The lively atmosphere enveloped her in a soothing embrace, yet the fear resurfaced. "Hey, you've got this," Sophia whispered, nudging Mia gently. "Remember, you're sharing your music, your story. It's beautiful. Just let it flow." Mia took a deep breath, absorbing Sophia's encouragement. As she stepped onto the makeshift stage, she saw the faces that had gathered to support her. A smile broke through her apprehension, igniting a spark of courage. The moment she strummed the first chord, the world around her faded back. She was no longer a lone traveler burdened by her past, but a vessel of light ready to share stories marked by love and resilience. "Through the stars we wander, hand in hand we will soar." Each word poured from her soul, soaring through the night air. The audience swayed collectively, responding to her music with open hearts. Mia knew this gig was not merely about performance. It was a communal experience, a celebration of life's fragility and beauty. Sophia sang alongside her, their voices intertwining in perfect harmony, echoing the hard-won connection they had forged through shared experience. With every note, Mia felt the barriers she had built around herself crumble. The music unfurled like a tapestry of emotions, beautiful and poignant threads weaving through a shared understanding of grief and hope. As the last notes faded into the warm night, applause erupted, reverberating around the backyard like a wave of warmth. People cheered and called for an encore, but Mia simply beamed, overwhelmed with gratitude. "Thank you all for being here," she said, the microphone trembling in her hand. "This means the world to me." Among the faces, she spotted familiar ones, friends who had been with her through thick and thin, and even strangers who had come to know her through her music. They had turned her pain into shared strength, and for that, she was eternally grateful. Later that night, as the stars began to twinkle above, Mia found herself reflecting on the evening's events while sitting outside with Sophia. They laughed over their experiences and the joy of the night, the moon casting gentle light over them. The air was thick with the scent of blooming jasmine, intertwining with the laughter that echoed against the walls of her childhood home. "You were breathtaking out there, Mia," Sophia said, warmth radiating from her smile. "You're reborn, and you're just getting started." Mia smiled back, feeling the truth behind those words. "This isn't just me anymore. It's for everyone who's been through something, the ones who feel lost in their grief. I want to give them a voice." As the night deepened, Mia felt a sense of renewal. She had rewritten her narrative, taking the pain of her past and shaping it into an anthem of resilience. Her music was no longer confined to the pages of her journal. It was alive, breathing, and reaching out to all who listened. With each performance, she felt a little less fractured and a little more whole, uniting her experience with those of others. She could honor her mother's memory and carry it forward into the future, a bridge connecting the heart of the past with the hope of what was yet to come. Her journey had only begun, but Mia saw an open road stretching before her, filled with melodies waiting to be born. And she was ready to reclaim her voice, ready to share stories of love and healing, ready to embrace the beauty of rebirth. Weeks flew by, and as the seasons transitioned from the warmth of summer to the cool embrace of autumn, Mia found herself embracing an exhilarating new chapter. The excitement and confidence from her backyard concert fueled her desire to perform even more, igniting a spark inside her that she hadn't felt in years. Each day her guitar became a source of comfort. She filled her mornings with melodies that poured from her heart and turned her journaling into lyrical poetry. Yet beneath the surface of this newfound joy lurked the shadows of self-doubt. Invitations to local venues trickled in, and with them came a familiar tension, a fear of failure that threatened to constrict her. Would she find the same connection she experienced on that memorable night? "Mia, you're going to shine at this next gig," Sophia reassured her one afternoon as they practiced together in the dusky light filtering through the window. "You've come so far since we first started this. Just embrace it," Mia offered a hesitant smile. I want to, but what if I freeze like I did before? What if my voice cracks, or worse, no one connects with the music? Those fears can't hold you back. Sophia's eyes sparkled with determination. You are unique. Your story deserves to be shared. It's about honesty and courage, not perfection. Despite Sophia's encouragement, the fear weighed heavily on Mia's heart. The night of her next gig arrived, and as she stood outside the small coffee house, anxiety swirled within her like autumn leaves caught in a breeze. The inviting warmth of the venue contrasted sharply with the chill of her uncertainty. Inside, the room buzzed with laughter and chatter, the earthy scent of brewing coffee enveloping Mia as she stepped onto the stage. She felt the audience's gaze settle on her, a wave of anticipation washing over the momentarily hushed crowd. "Hi everyone, I'm Mia," she began, channeled energy vibrating in her voice. "It feels incredible to be here tonight. This first song is about finding strength, even in the darkness." As she let her fingers dance across the strings, the golden glow of the lights wrapped around her, amplifying the emotions she had kept locked away for so long. "Through tears that we shed, let's hold on to light." With each note, the trepidation began to slip away. Faces in the audience flickered with recognition and empathy, and personal stories echoed softly in the air, weaving a tapestry of understanding. Mia felt a deep connection. She wasn't just singing, she was sharing a fragment of herself with each person in the room. As she poured her heart into the performance, the lyrics became a lifeline, bridging gaps and uniting souls. Her final chorus resonated through the space, and when she finished, applause erupted like a summer storm, drenching her in warmth. Mia stepped back from the microphone, breathless and gratified. Suddenly, the fears that had gripped her for weeks began to dissolve in the warmth of the supportive applause. She saw familiar faces among the crowd, friends who had stepped into her world to offer a hearty embrace, their encouragement lifting her spirits even higher. "Wow, that was fantastic," a fellow performer said as she exited the stage. "You have a rare gift, Mia. Your voice truly resonates." "Thank you," Mia replied, her heart swelling with pride. Throughout the night, patrons approached with smiles and words of kindness. An older woman with soft, tear-filled eyes shared how Mia's song had reminded her of her husband, who she had lost years before. "Your music brought warmth to my heart tonight," she said. "Thank you for sharing your gift." Mia found herself speechless. It was moments like this that solidified her resolve. This was why she performed, to create connections across shared experiences of pain and healing. Later, as the evening settled into the night, Mia and Sophia sat in a cozy diner, still buzzing from the performance. Over steaming mugs of cocoa, Sophia exclaimed, "You were brilliant up there. That was pure magic." "I feel like I finally found my voice," Mia admitted, stirring her drink slowly. "I wasn't just singing, I was sharing who I am, and it felt amazing." "Yes, you're a storyteller now, and your stories have the power to connect people," Sophia said, her enthusiasm contagious. "I can see it in the way they react. Every note you play, every story you tell, it resonates." As the weeks unfurled into months, Mia juggled performances and rehearsals, every gig shaping her journey further. She explored new venues, took part in open mics, and began collaborating with local musicians, each encounter tugging her into an enriching world of creativity. However, the pressure to sustain her momentum emerged as a fierce challenge. Self-doubt nipped at her heels during quiet evenings, whispering insidiously, "What if you can't keep this up?" The nagging concerns tightened their grip after an exhilarating performance one night, leaving her feeling unsettled. Sitting alone in her room, Mia grabbed her guitar, letting the strings guide her as she strummed absent-mindedly. The melodies began to soothe, leading her thoughts inward, where she wrestled with her own vulnerability. Reflecting on her journey, she recognized the need to confront her fears, to embrace the emotions that came with writing her music. She picked up a pen and began writing new lyrics, allowing her deepest feelings to weave into each line. "In the darkness we find strength, through pain we break through." As the words flowed freely, Mia recalled the faces and stories of the people who shared her music. She realized she was no longer alone. With every song, she represented the collective struggles of others, a beautiful tapestry woven of human emotion. With clarity and intention, she poured herself into crafting new songs, rich with authenticity. This music was no longer just her outlet. It became a lifeline for those seeking connection, healing, and understanding. As she prepared for an upcoming performance, Mia felt lighter, brimming with anticipation. She understood now that her journey was not about achieving success or recognition, but rather sharing love in the form of music, creating a sanctuary for those traversing their own battles. Ready to embrace what lay ahead, Mia stepped boldly onto the stage. The music she shared was not simply a collection of notes. It carried weight and meaning, a reflection of her dynamic evolution. Each performance held the promise of liberation, resonating deeply in every heart that dared to listen. With every chord she strummed, Mia was ready to celebrate her rebirth, not just as a musician, but as a storyteller immersed in a larger narrative, one that echoed the power of community and the melody of resilience. In that moment, she realized that her songs were meant to illuminate the paths of others, revealing that through light and darkness, they too could find their own way home. Mia's rise as a singer-songwriter came swiftly and with undeniable momentum. Each performance felt like a step closer to her true self. Audiences grew, not just in numbers, but in hearts affected by her music. The local music scene began to buzz with excitement over this fresh, soulful voice that seemed to echo the realities of everyday struggles. With increasing recognition came opportunities that made her heart race. Offers for larger venues, festival appearances, and even a chance to collaborate with established artists filled her inbox, a whirlwind of potential that could launch her toward her dreams. Yet with this excitement simmered a nagging anxiety, blooming like wildflowers amid shifting soil. Would she live up to the expectations? The day arrived when Mia received the most monumental call of her budding career, a chance to perform at a renowned music festival, a gathering of talent that offered exposure to industry insiders and thousands of eager listeners. For a moment, exhilaration took over, filling her with glee. But as quickly as joy gripped her, doubt reared its head. What if she let everyone down? What if she couldn't deliver in such an important moment? Sophia noticed the shift in Mia's energy and cornered her one afternoon during a rehearsal. "You seem off. What's bothering you?" she asked, concern painting her features. "I just got the call for the festival," Mia replied softly, the words barely escaping her lips. "And I'm scared. What if I bomb on that stage? What if I'm not good enough?" Sophia stepped closer, gently taking Mia's hands. "You are good enough, Mia. You've already fought through so much to get here. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about being real. Embrace it all, the fears, aspirations, and heart that you pour into your music." Mia's breath hitched in her throat as she took in her friend's sincerity. Maybe Sophia was right. Perhaps this moment wasn't solely about her. It was about all whose stories she carried. The memory of the woman who had approached her after a performance resurfaced, her tears bridging the distance between them, reminding Mia how transformative music could be. As the festival approached, Mia immersed herself in her rehearsals, allowing the rhythm of the songs to settle into her bones. The backdrop of vibrant autumn foliage became her muse, the leaves swirling with the wind as she grasped her guitar and sang under the fading sun. Each note echoed her determination, her hunger to honor those who had shared their struggles with her. The day of the festival dawned crisp and clear, a perfect backdrop set against the buzz of anticipation reverberating throughout the air. Mia stood backstage, heart racing, nerves electrifying her every thought. The sound of the crowd had grown into a beautiful cacophony, swelling as the moment approached. As she peered out from behind the curtain, a surge of emotion flooded through her. The stage was sprawling and magnificent, adorned with colorful lights and faces eager to hear her story. But in that moment of glory, fear tightened its grip again. "Mia!" a voice called, jolting her from her reverie. It was Sophia, rushing to her side, eyes bright. "You're going to be amazing. Just remember, you're not alone out there. You have us, your stories, and your music." Taking a deep breath, Mia steadied herself, absorbing the encouragement. She could do this. She could step forward as her truest self. As intended, the moment arrived, and with a rush of warmth flooding her frame, Mia walked onto the stage, greeted by a deafening cheer. The lights beamed toward her, capturing the essence of the atmosphere. Time seemed to slow as she grasped the microphone, every heartbeat resonating with purpose. "Hey everyone, I'm Mia, and I'm so grateful to be here tonight," she started, her voice cascading through the crowd, tangible with emotion. "This song is about resilience in the face of adversity. finding hope in the darkest of times. With the first strum of her guitar, she felt the words weave their way through her, elevating her spirit as the crowd swayed in unison. Each song felt like a revelation, and she let the emotion burst forth. This was not merely a performance, it was a celebration of connection, a bridge that united her voice with the hearts of those in attendance. As she neared the final song in her set, fighting tears of joy and pride, she recalled her journey, the moments filled with grief, laughter, and love. With her heart laid bare, she began to sing a song that spoke of healing and hope. In every heartache we rise, in every struggle we find the light that binds. The audience erupted with cheers, and Mia felt a wave of warmth wash over her, a synchronization of souls united through shared experiences. They were all part of something greater, and in that moment she understood the profound weight of her purpose as an artist. Her words reached beyond the stage, touching lives. As the final chords echoed, the cheers reverberated like a heartbeat amidst the starlit sky. Mia stood there for a moment, soaking in the exhilaration and connection, a deep understanding within her core. The applause roared like a mighty tide, lifting her voice to the heavens. This was not just her story, it was theirs, intertwined with the threads of experience and resilience. Post-performance, backstage buzz thrummed with energy. Industry insiders and fans alike approached her, eager to share their appreciation. It was a night overflowing with dreams, and in those interactions Mia found herself glowing with the fulfillment of knowing she had made a difference. "Mia, you blew us away," a festival organizer said, stepping closer. "You have a unique voice and people need to hear it. We'd love to offer you a spot on our next tour." Mia's heartbeat quickened. "Really? I can't believe it. This is just the beginning for you," the organizer remarked, excitement dancing in their eyes. "You have the potential to reach so many more." As Mia left the festival grounds, she could still hear the echoes of applause in her ears, the night filled with possibilities stretching before her. This was her moment, a culmination of hard work, resilience, and the shared stories that had shaped her music. She felt lighter, hoisting her guitar case over her shoulder, ready to embrace everything that lay ahead. In celebrating her rebirth, Mia knew she had stepped fully into her power as an artist and storyteller. With every note she played and every audience she touched, she could illuminate the paths of others, guiding them toward finding their own light through the darkness. The journey had led her here, but it was only the beginning. In the wake of the festival, Mia's life transformed into a whirlwind of excitement and challenge. The offer for the tour resonated in her heart, a promise of dreams realized and new horizons to explore. Each day became an opportunity for growth. She immersed herself in songwriting and rehearsals, shaping her music with every chord and lyric. The night of her first rehearsal arrived with a blend of anticipation and nervous energy. As she stepped into the spacious venue filled with fellow artists, Mia felt the electric atmosphere resonate within her. When her turn came to perform, she faced the stage with determination. As she played her latest song, the room erupted with applause, affirmations echoing through the air. "You have something special, Mia." Empowered by their encouragement, she reveled in the connection formed on stage. The following months brought clear skies filled with dreams and late nights spent on the road, traveling from city to city. Her performances flourished, and with each show, audience members flooded her with heartfelt stories of their own hardships and triumphs. One evening, after a powerful performance, a young girl approached her, tears in her eyes. "Your music helps me remember my sister who passed away," she said softly. Mia knelt down to her level and offered a reassuring smile, understanding the weight that those words carried. "Your sister's memory is part of your heart, and her love will always be with you." Moments like these affirmed her purpose, deepening her connection to her audience. The music had become a lifeline, bridging the gaps between their experiences, suffering, and healing. As the tour progressed, doubt occasionally crept in. Would she continue to resonate with new audiences? But each night when she took the stage, the clapping of hands and vibrant cheers washed over her, quelling her fears. Mia remembered Sophia's words. This journey wasn't just about her. It was about the stories waiting to be told through her voice. Finally, as the tour approached its grand finale, Mia stood backstage, feeling the intensity of the moment. She looked out into the crowd, faces illuminated by vibrant lights, eager for the music. Suddenly all doubt fell away. This was her moment, not just to perform but to celebrate the strength and resilience she had witnessed throughout the journey. She stepped onto the stage, greeted by thunderous applause. As she began to sing, she immersed herself in the performance, her heart laid bare through every note. A sense of liberation arose within, and she knew that this was what she was meant to do, to unite, uplift, and heal through her art. The final song echoed, wrapping around her and the audience like a warm embrace. As Mia took her last bow, an overwhelming sense of pride surged through her. This was more than just a performance. It was a culmination of her journey, the laughter, heartbreak, and the healing power of music. Backstage, industry representatives lined up to congratulate her, their enthusiasm matching her own. "You have a bright future ahead, Mia," one of them said warmly. "Your voice is a gift to the world." Mia felt her heartbeat race, eyes glistening with tears of gratitude. "Thank you, I'm just getting started." As she left the venue, the echoes of the audience's cheers followed her, filling her spirit. She had finally embraced her role as an artist, a beacon of hope and connection, ready to share her journey with the world. The road ahead promised new possibilities and stories yet to unfold. Mia held her guitar tightly, knowing that each strum carried the weight of experiences shared and dreams ignited. The journey had led her to an incredible place, but she also recognized it was just the beginning. With every note she played, she was ready to illuminate the path for others, guiding them through their own darkness into the light of resilience and hope. The melody continued, and she was poised to embrace everything that lay ahead with an open heart.